Hey y'all, your girl's down bad today. I ended up taking off work today and tomorrow, and I can feel God just being like, you can take it easy. I threw up this morning, and I believe it was deliverance. I wanted to give y'all like a lot more, but I'm gonna just leave it at this because I think it'll be more powerful if we are together when I give you all the details, especially because like my mama asked me this morning, like, what you think he be going through when you be going through this? Because this is not the first time. Like when we first like reconnected, I was throwing up for like a week, like to the point to where I'm like, well, I gotta be pregnant because I don't throw up. Like, and let me just say, the movie Hancock popped up on my TV, and I was like, I don't want to watch it. I don't like watching it because it made me sad that they're supposed to be together, but it's like all hell breaks loose when they are together, and that's truly how I've been feeling. And really, like, back then, I didn't experience warfare. It wasn't until the bonds, like whenever it would be like, like a reconnection possible or the union getting stronger. Like even the other week I had told y'all, like my stomach is hurting, like how it hurt when I'm with him or when I'm on the phone with him, and I know God is moving, and God was indeed moving, because I've been telling y'all we go like this and then we come back. It's like, oh my gosh, he told you that while you was gone? That lines up what he's been telling me, And so keep it simple. Please make sure you are delivered from all spiritual husbands and wives, whether I'm talking to a man or a woman, and do what you can to communicate, because we had a lot of breakthrough once I recognized, like I knew some of the warfare, the witchcraft wasn't coming from like what my bloodline had going on. And so I couldn't understand it. Like Stephanie was putting me on, but I'm like, but what you're talking about, like would be happening to me, like my family, that's like, that ain't where they from. And I didn't understand that because like we from like the South, Native American, Geechee Gullah Island type stuff, like both sides of me, like my parents. And so like they practice like hoodoo. Like it ain't like what Stephanie was talking about. What Stephanie was talking about, I was so confused as to why I be feeling like that. And come to find out that, I'm telling you, this is why the demons try to keep y'all from talking. Find out his family history, the bloodline is the witchcraft associated from that place. And I was like, you kidding me? That's what I be up against? And literally every time I get sick, even when he first had tried to reach out to me like years ago, like I was sick that whole weekend and did not know what was going on. And so it's the same thing now. I will say that today wasn't as bad as it was like when we first reconnected, but it was still pretty intense. And so I just kind of want to give that visual with Hancock, and I'll encourage y'all that y'all are indeed breaking generational curses. Like my mama laughed at first, like, I got sick when I was getting ready to marry your daddy. Well, duh, look what y'all was about to create. Me, but humbly, But God has already spoken to me about my child. That's low-key been the breakthrough we've been having. And so it's kind of like, it's your union is a threat to hell. It's a spiritual husband thinking he got control or territory, or like he run this, and he does not. Okay, that's how I was praying, like, Lord, please let this be the last time I'm finna throw up. Like, please let this be the deliverance. Please get rid of the spiritual husband. Like, please, because my stomach was messed up both ways. Like, but I experienced all of my warfare generally through my stomach, but the warfare I experienced with him is a little different. Like, it's like this feeling that I cannot describe. That's how I know it's witchcraft. It's like, what the hell is this? Like, and it made me want to like stick my own thing. Like it made me like gag myself and throw up. And so the day when I threw up, I was like, Lord, please don't let this be like before. And it was like before, but it wasn't as bad. Like I had worship music on and everything. And it actually reminded me of a dream that I already shared with y'all when I said they want you back. And I don't know if I said spiritual husbands for sure in there, but I know I said the witchcraft, and I know I said the counterfeits. So I'm going to link that, right? God has already confirmed and shown me so much about what happened to us and the different things, and we're just not in a place to where we can talk about it. And so I'm praying that we get further breakthrough and defeat it and conversing about it. in that dream. Like, we were both so severely deceived by dreams. Like, it's so much, so we're like, I don't even want to talk about it unless we're both on here talking about it, truth be told, because that's one of the reasons I was so upset this morning, to just like, and I had got upset before, like once I had gave it to God and he was like, this is where you're supposed to be and this is how y'all gonna break different curses, and he started showing me what had happened and different people praying on us and that hate our love, want to see us fall, whoa, like, right? It was a lot. Like, it really broke my heart because I just didn't understand like why we had to go through so much. So know that God got you, and know that what your union will produce, whether it's an actual child or whatever y'all create, like, it's truly a threat to hell. Y'all are stronger together. Like, I got a game plan for us moving forward, and I thank God that he listens to me, right? And we got to pray about it, and I thank God that when I be like, we need to pray, he pray. I thank God that when I be like, babe, you was acting weird in my dreams, and we be talking about masquerading spirits, that he listens and he reassures me. Like, I thank God for that, because literally I'm telling him about how today went. Like, first of all, we hung up the phone and I thought I was about to die. Like, spiritual husbands are crazy. Like, you think your man crazy because for like the last 2 weeks I've been hearing, my man crazy, he killed people, right? I've been hearing that, but like, spiritual husbands are insane. They're territorial. They try to hold your womb. They cause miscarriages. They intrude. Like, literally every time I come around my real husband, it's like the spiritual husband that I let in me somehow got connected to me. Like, he acts a plumb fool, and I was like, God, he gotta go. And if it's more than one, they both gotta go. Hold on, let me tell you something else. When I had first learned the spiritual husbands, I did the deliverance, and I was scared because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna throw up. Like, and I didn't. I just spit some and yawned and stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, like, I'm cool. However, I ran back to sexual sin. Okay, even I keep telling y'all, like, when he reconnected us, I was still in a wilding phase. My kingdom spouse is the only one where nothing insane has happened, even when we did sin. So the covenant is still there. Now, I don't think God blessed ours, like, until I saw us getting braided together because we weren't in alignment. But the covenant is still there, and so it's never nothing crazy. But it was like after we kind of like reconnected, I literally threw up for a week. Like, I thought I was pregnant. Like, it was horrible. I didn't know what was going on. Spiritual husband, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all know about him and y'all's experiences, because that's what I was saying. Like, I kind of don't want to talk about it because I'm still learning, right? But respectfully, nicely, if y'all got something else, free to leave that in the comments. But when I first, okay, let me throw this in here. When I first lost my virginity, I had dreamt that same night that I had slept with a demon. Basically, it was a celebrity, and then he shapeshifted into other people, and then the thing was like a snake, and I was like, oh my God, like, I knew something was wrong. Previous to that, though, when I was like a later teen, because I told y'all I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 23, 24. When I was like a later teen, I dreamt that I had sex with a different celebrity in my dream, like full-blown penetration. And I remember telling my mama, like, something's wrong. Like, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Like, how can I have sex and I've never had sex? So at that moment, I definitely had a spiritual husband. Like, for sure. Like, in the spirit, I had a spiritual husband. And I think over time, can you have multiple spiritual husbands? Like, you get what I'm saying? And so y'all know that we reconnected, because I keep telling you this, we reconnected, but I was still wilding, right? I'm gonna link 2 different videos. Okay, but I had messed with somebody else, and one night I was in my room, and like this whole shadow just walked up in the room and got in the bed with me. And I was like, what the, like, and I just started praying, but I don't think I had bound it up. Now, let me interject. Last night when I prayed, as sweet and loving as it was, I definitely bound up all spiritual wives and husbands. So I wasn't surprised this morning, because it was like, oh my God, why do I want to throw up? Like, what is this feeling? Like, and I was listening to worship music and talking to God when I threw up. So I was like, I'm praying that's deliverance, right? But that happened. I had some sleep paralysis during this time too. This is all like last year, like within the last like 5 months. And I had some sleep paralysis where this demon ran up in the room and like was cuddling behind me. Like, he was like my man. And I woke up like, what the, like, you know, like, so I see the stuff. Everybody don't see it. And I think that's part of the reason why I gotta know, like, babe, like, no, like, we gotta do like full-blown deliverance, because we know God not letting us have these kids any kind of way. The bloodline has to be clean. Like, that is why all hell be trying to come against y'all union. Like, the fact that I feel like this today, and I'm just, and I know the good things that's happening between us, I'm aware of it, and it's like, oh, like the devil's really upset. Like that's how I've been feeling. So I've had those experiences even after being delivered. But you know, when you go back to a sin, like that's not good. I think it's in Matthew. Yeah, they come back and find your house empty. They come back with some friends, okay? And so experience that. And like even though my grandma was saying like it was the food I ate, every time it happens, I don't throw up food. Like before now, I could count on my one hand how many times I had threw up before our reconnection, right? And it's not like throwing up food. It's like I don't know what it's like throwing up, but it's throwing up, and it's family jokes like they know I hate throwing up, and it's I always just sound like I feel like I sound like an exorcism when I threw up. Like I always hated throwing up, and when I think about all the times I threw up, it was like some crazy warfare manifesting physically. Like I don't throw up, and so another thing that's been stressing me is just like, by God, am I gonna have a hard time being pregnant with this baby that you're talking to us about? Because I used to be so scared to throw up, and I used to be so scared of morning sickness, but at this point, it's like I'm used to it now. I've been throwing up for like the last year since I've been back in this man's life. It's truly one of those things. So we're like, if I did not know that God was in it, I would be thinking that God wasn't because of how sick I get. But that's the spiritual husband trying to turn up. And then when we bring in the witchcraft aspect, I just want to tell y'all, like, make sure you get delivered and make sure y'all are talking and praying and stuff. Because the more we talk, the more insight we both have to pray, and the more we understand what we're fighting against, what we're up against. And when you pray together, that's a game changer. Like that's how I knew something was up, because it was like his presence triggered that feeling, right? But it was his prayers that stopped it. Like make that make sense. Spiritual husband is definitely warfare, witchcraft. So just listen, I'm still learning. Y'all pray for your girl, and there's so much more I can tell y'all. But the way that I believe God has given me to do, for us to do, it ain't just gonna be me keep telling my side, right? So, love y'all.